So bizarre. Canadians usually love us.
This episode of Living in Las Vegas is brought to you by Mitch Fulfer of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, selling homes all across the valley. Don't talk over the ad, man.
I was quiet about it.
Killing me. Living in Las Vegas starts now. Yes, it does. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. Yes, we are! Yeah! Look out! Hey, look out! And now your host, yes, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was. I'll speak it, brother Scott. Mr. Scott. Welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Welcome! Let's hear you, people! Come on!
Directly into the camera.
Come on!
No, there's no one else around you, just you and the camera.
Right, by the way, congratulations, because you're watching or listening to the longest-running podcast about Vegas that actually originates from Vegas, which means that we're not only going to cover what it's like to live here, but we're going to be talking about adventures. Downtown, on the Strip, Fremont Street, other cool places here in the Valley. And by the way, if you're a fan or a tourist, wait a minute, you might even be thinking about moving to our fair city. Well, then this show's like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. Our free show is available to you on the first and third Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. Pacific time at vegasvideonetwork.com/live. Again, vegasvideonetwork.com/live at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to invite you to come on over. Come on over, baby. Get yourself in the live chat. Some of the grooviest, coolest people. Look at that. There's some live chat. It's right there. Who do I see? I see FaZe Jitter and Gregor, and there's Ted, and
there's me.
Wayne, there's Mike, and all kinds of very Lions, 13. Go, team.
I'm multifaceted. I'm on the show. I'm in the chat.
You're everywhere.
I'm signing autographs.
You're everywhere.
Afterwards.
That's right. And with you know how much money Pete Rose makes for signing autographs per year?
Too much.
$1 million.
Too much.
That came out in a lawsuit. I'm like, $1 million. I would not have guessed that because I've seen him doing that at whatever the fashion show mall, and man, he looks miserable doing that.
Just to get a ball, it's like $50.
Yeah, but I tell you what, if I were making $1 million signing shit, I would look a lot happier. Probably get rid of the bowl haircut as well. But that's just me. I'm a fashion guy. Anyways, come on over, join the live chat. We have a lot of fun here. We start our show at 7, but we do our pre-show usually 15 minutes before that, so you can kind of watch us getting ready for the show. And then once we stop at 8, we keep going. That's right, VVN 2.0, Vegas Video Network After Dark. We then say the things that we didn't want on the record. So if you really want to catch us in the dark and gooey stuff, dark and gooey, that's nice. Check us out and tell a friend, right? Okay, great. Hey, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the founder of the Vegas Video Network. So on behalf of all the shows, thanks for checking us out. And on behalf of this groovy little podcast, thanks for being here as well. And I'm joined once again by the newest homeowner in this studio. It's in a super duper 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 guard gated place. Nobody can actually visit him, but we still love him. It's Pimpin' Wayne, everybody.
Thank you. Happy early Cinco de Mayo. Buenos nachos to all of you as well.
Nice. Buenos nachos.
Well, as we learned in previous episodes, I'm a French guy. I speak directly to my Canadian faithful. My Hispanic audience. I'm still, we're amigos.
Yeah,
but I'm still, I get that. Still working it.
Everybody
I was doing, as we talked about earlier, some Hispanic appreciation last Friday.
You were huge, a big thing. And we'll talk about it on a subsequent show. All right, let's get this pot started.
Did you write this, or is this royalty free?
This is royalty free.
Oh. I thought so. It sounded too generic.
It's a little happy, but
Yeah.
Hey, the name of this program is going to be called "Moving to Vegas?" ? You might want to know this kind of stuff. Here's the thing. When I first moved to the Vegas, I moved for the reason lots and lots of people do, and that is primarily low taxes. Great weather, and especially low taxes if you're in business. So there's no personal income tax here. There's no franchise tax. There's no inventory tax, inheritance tax, estate tax, and the sales tax here is on average 8.1%. Depends on what city you're in. So it's all pretty happy stuff. But when I moved here with Melissa, and this is back in, it's been 2006, 2005. I felt a little disconnected, meaning I didn't really know where I was in the grand scheme of things in Vegas. I didn't know how big Vegas was. I didn't really know where my city was.
Did GPS still exist back then?
UPS, the delivery system?
GPS.
Oh, GPS. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. Oh, no, didn't have it back then.
Wow.
So I didn't really have a sense for that. It was kind of weird. Like I said, I didn't know where I was physically. I mean, I did. I mean, I knew I was 12 miles away from the Strip, but it just felt kind of weird. And we lived in Aliante at the time, so it was kind of out in the boondocks, you used to call it. South Reno. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would be better if I had a nicer understanding of what was going on here, both from an employment perspective, who lives here, housing. We didn't know shit when we moved here. We just wanted to get the hell out of California, basically. So today what we're going to do is spend some time on a website by an organization called LVGEA, Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. They're an organization whose basic charter is to draw business here. So they're basically recruiters for businesses, big and small, to Southern Nevada and specifically Clark County. And they do this really interesting website that has all this fantastic information about where we live. And so we're going to spend some time kind of hanging out there today. Let's go there. We're going to go to a website called lvgea.org/data-portal/regional-overview. And I'm reading that so you guys
Could you have made that any longer?
Yeah, I did that because there are people out there who are listening and not watching. This is a great show, though, for you to watch because there's a lot of visual stuff going on.
They all are.
They are, because we're pretty.
Whenever I'm on camera.
So here's Clark County, a picture of Clark County. And as you can see, first, let's just talk about some numbers here. How many people, if you're listening, guess, now if you're watching, you already know this, but how many people do you think live here right now? 2.2 million. 2.2, and that's going up. It's trending up, and you can actually see that here, that it's trending up.
I don't know if you have the statistic on here, but I read that the influx of the influx of folks like yourself moving in from California is back to all-time highs again.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it makes sense. So 2.2 million folks here. Of those, half are in the labor force, 1.1 million folks. How many people are unemployed in Las Vegas, or I should say Clark County? 57,000, which means we have an unemployment rate right now of 5.2%. What's the unemployment rate for the rest of the country?
3.5?
Is that? It's
I don't know. That was just, I thought you were gonna.
I don't know.
I thought you were playing a game with me and you had the right answer.
Unemployment rate. Let's see. It's not, can't be 3.5. That means basically
4.1.
4.1. That's still pretty fucking low. So we're a little high, a little bit above the.
Listen, I nailed that puppy. If you rounded to the nearest 4.1%.
Very good. How many visitors come here? 3.7 million people a month, which comes to about 44 million people a year. Existing homes, and this is where people really care. And Wayne was in this world, right? So how many people, existing home, what's the median closing price for an existing home? Not a new construction, but a existing home, your guess?
It's going to be around 255.
It's 240. And it's been there for quite some time. At its lowest, it was 125. At its highest, it was 290. So it's climbing back up, which is good for those of us who own homes. And then Wayne bought a brand new house, right? The median price for a new house is significantly higher than for
It is. That's over like 300 now,
it's
right?
It's 365.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
for the record, because I'm still waiting for the checks to clear here from the VVN, I was not able to go that high. Yeah.
You could have. You just were. You're a modest man.
Wow.
You don't need that. You're a modest mouse. That's what you're doing.
It's a band.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Now, let's take a look. What's cool about this website is you can get in there and actually segment different organizations or cities, jurisdictions. So let's go take a look at Hendertucky. Actually, before I do that...
Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
Nevada's second largest city.
Let me first show you...
A beautiful place to live and a great place to call home.
Let me show you the city of Las Vegas. We talked about this many times. So you can see the green area. That's the city of Las Vegas. You can see that it's actually a pretty weird shape. And what you may notice is that of all the places that are in Las Vegas, one of the most important places that's not in Las Vegas is...
the airport.
And... the Strip. That's right. The Strip's not in Las Vegas, nor is the airport. You can see all this green area. So when I told you I was in Aliante, pardon me?
They call that unincorporated Clark County.
That's right. Very good. Down here. And you can see way up over here, this is up in Aliante. That's why I was... actually, I'm sorry. No, that's Las Vegas. I was wrong. I'm sorry. So, but now if I add North Las Vegas, city of North Las Vegas, you'll see...
referred to commonly as Northtown.
Yeah, you can see here, this is where I was up in Aliante, and that's why it comes all the way down here, and then it goes way the hell off to the side here. But let's take a look at Hendertucky, also known as Hendertucky. So the unemployment, remember, was 5.1 in all of Clark County, the whole thing. But in Hendertucky, the unemployment is 5.4. Huh. Why is that?
Because it's a smarter group of people. You really have to... I don't want to say that
that's wrong. I knew it was less than 5.1, so that was wrong. I picked a city of Las Vegas. Stand by. Here we go. Now we're going to get it. It should be in the 4s. There we go. It's 4.8. Please.
You see, in Henderson, they believe in the American dream. And so everybody that wants to work and is able really gets a chance. It's extremely welcoming. It's wide open. And it's a great place to live, as the sign says.
And interestingly, it's the high for unemployment in Hendertucky was at 13.3%. It's up there.
Yeah.
Phew. Bummer. All right, let's keep looking around because there's some pretty cool shit here. Let's take a look at... boink, let's get rid of that. And let's head on down to the resort corridor.
Also known as Paradise, right? Is that what you're looking at?
I just wanted to show where they think the resort corridor is. So that's this big greeny area here. And
it's
then here's
officially,
downtown.
well, the map even says it. That's Paradise Township.
Yeah. And then over here is downtown. And so let's look at where all the major casinos. And if you ever wondered how many casinos are actually in Clark County, all those little red dots are casinos. Now, I would argue that they're not major casinos.
The thing to know is, are you talking, because that's certainly not licensed gaming locations.
Well, let's take a look. So, for instance, Aliante,
unrestricted.
Santa Fe, La Quinta, whatever that is. What's over here? Lucky Club. So these are all casinos.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, hotels or casinos.
There has to be a hotel.
That's what it is.
Because that doesn't include, there's a Dottie's and a PT's on every corner these days.
That's right.
Every 7-Eleven's got a slot machine. So if you actually overlaid the areas with licensed gaming, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
As a matter of fact, isn't Montelago gone?
It is.
Yeah, so that's wrong. That's out in Lake Las Vegas.
They still have the license, but it's not.
Oh, they do
right now.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, all right.
Lots of places still have a license.
All the way down to M Resort or what we call California.
Because haven't you heard of when they have to go take a trailer out and stick it on a lot and open it for 24 hours to keep the gaming license intact? You've never heard of this?
No.
So,
really?
not to get sidetracked, but you hire United Coin. What United Coin does, they're a slot route operator in town. They run the Buffalo Wild Wings, the 7-Elevens, etc. So you hire them if you have a licensed gaming location. In order to keep the gaming license, you have to offer gaming on that property for at least 24 hours once every 3 or 5 years. I forget the specific number. So you hire them. They pull out a semi-truck trailer with about 10 video poker machines in it. They have an attendant sit there, and for 24 hours, you can go there and they have video poker on the site on the dirt lot with usually a porta potty and
really?
A generator running.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look at population in Clark County. So what's neat about this page here is that you can click it and it will make a bar or a graph for you, which is kind of fun. Now, why I wanted to bring this up is, so when was the bad time here? It was 2008 to 2010-ish, right? But if I move to 2008, you'll notice that even though all hell was breaking loose, all hell was breaking loose in 2008 to 2010, I thought we lost people here. We didn't. We net not lost. You can see 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, but it never dropped. I thought it went down. But what did go down is the labor force, not shockingly. So here you can see the labor force slightly dropped right here during 2010, which is when really all the shit kind of happened to us. But I really thought we lost net people here. Because when I first started the show, our tagline was with 5,000 people moving here each month, somebody had to spill the beans.
I thought it was just steps from Las Vegas Strip.
No, that's the talk for everybody on the show, for everybody on every show on the network. All right, let's look at unemployment just to remind you guys again what it was like before, because it was pretty unpleasant here for a while. There, yeah, 2010, August 2010, 13.9%. Oof, that was brutal. Now, what's really interesting to me about this is, and this is happening right now. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show that. Sorry about that. Keep an eye on that, would you?
I mean, far be it from me to tell you what to do, but
you've done it many times.
I enjoy it.
There it is. So 14% here in January 1st, 2011. That's when basically the worst of it happened to us. Okay, let me see what I wanted to show you here. If you were to guess, I think part of the issue is, so what can I do here? What kind of job can I get here? Actually, let me check one more thing before I do that, because I have a neat thing that tells me who the big employers are here. But let me just check this real fast. Oh, yeah, this is kind of fun. So you get to compare sizes for each of these different cities, right? So Henderson, 291,000 people. Las Vegas, 640,000 people. North Las Vegas, 244,000 people. So, Henderson's right in the middle of this kind of deal. Labor force, they've got the same thing, kind of in the middle. Unemployment, again, they've got the best unemployment rating because, as Wayne lied, super smart people after he realized that they actually had the best unemployment. But let's look at what people are doing here, who our big employers are. And do you have a guess who our big employers are?
Yeah, it's going to be MGM. It's going to be Caesars. It's going to be Stations. It's going to be Boyd.
All right, live chat. Who do you think is the largest employer in Clark County? Largest employer in Clark County, your guess was?
MGM.
MGM? Everybody else? MGM. And then do you have a guess what that number might be?
Oh,
lawyers. Mike Q in the live chat. That's funny right there. Lawyers. Air Force. Interesting. Card flippers.
Oh, he's referring to the slappers.
Yeah, that's funny. Strippers, hospitals, or school district. Interesting. 877-1500. Apparently, that's the stripper number. That's funny.
No, it's Glenn Lerner.
Call 877-1500. You're right. You're welcome, Mr. Lerner. Yeah. You rad bastard. So the answer.
The first one's free.
That's right.
Much like cocaine, the first hit's free. The next one you got to pay for.
So there is some correctness in our live chat. Number one, MGM. Congratulations, Wayne. Very, very well thought out.
That's what I do.
56,000 employees at MGM. Number two, you would guess would be?
The Caesars.
Clark County School District. 35,000, and that's K through 12 people. Number three, Caesars at 26,000. Did you think they would be less than half?
They run a tight. They run a tight ship. They're cheap.
That shocks me because they have about the same number of properties.
I would say they have more. The problem is MGM has bigger properties. So whereas Caesars has Harrah's and The Link
I saw
and Bally's and Rio, MGM has the MGM Grand, Bellagio, Monte Carlo, and Park MGM.
Luxor.
Excalibur, New York,
Actually,
New York.
Circus has
Circus.
4,000 or some 3,500 seat or rooms.
So yeah, sheer number, I believe Caesars has more, but MGM's got the bigger properties.
Interesting. Number 4, Nellis and Creech Air Force Base. I didn't know Creech Air Force Base was here.
Yeah.
Is that the one out in Area 51?
No, it's on the way to Indian Springs. It's right across. You ever heard of Indian Springs?
I have.
It's right across from Indian Springs.
The next one, Wynn Resorts. How many employees do you think they have?
Wynn probably has, I'm going to say, 14,000.
11,000. That's what Creech has, is 14,000. Then Station Casino with 11 or 10,000. Las Vegas Sands with 8,800. Clark County with 8,500. Boyd Gaming with 7,300. So clearly, the
Now,
biggest opportunity.
Are those cited as far as what date those are from?
No. My guess is, I think those are the same numbers that came from this.
Because Boyd made several acquisitions. Stations made several acquisitions.
But that number is just numbers for people who live in Clark County, not if they bought a place in...
No, I understand that.
Okay.
But Stations bought the Palms. Boyd bought the East Side Canneries and Aliante. So, I mean...
Oh, that's interesting.
Those
but Boyd bought that quite some time ago.
The East Side Canneries and Aliante?
About 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is just like the last quarter.
Okay.
These numbers, is my guess. So clearly, if you're thinking about moving here and you have some capability within the hospitality play, you're probably going to be okay. I walk by, so I've been working at Bally's for the last while, and I walk right by the employment thing every day because it's right next to Bally's, or connected to Bally's actually, and that place is packed every day. The parking lot packed every day. So there are people.
Think of how many positions there are. Just take a department like janitorial or housekeeping.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
how many people?
Thousands of people.
Let's do a quick
that.
search. Let's do a search for MGM Grand Jobs, and let's see if we can get to their website and see if they'll tell us how many people are actually there.
Well, I'll tell you how many openings.
That's what I mean. Careers. Hundreds of openings on Indeed. All jobs. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's take a look. What do we got here? All jobs. Search all jobs.
I'm like a click ahead of you.
Workday. It's a very popular platform.
Never heard of it.
1,275 job openings. Jesus Christ. Go look up Caesars.
Now, let's be fair. A lot of those are going to be part-time, and especially with pool season now in the summer, a lot of those are going to be seasonal.
So let's see. Yeah, because they actually had a separate search for seasonal. And oh, by the way, those are everywhere. That's not just Las Vegas. It looks to me. Is that right? Yeah, you can see here on the website. Like Bellagio has 101 openings, Aria has 90 openings, MGM Grand 85 openings, and so on. 600. Yeah, you're right. 672 full time. Did you look up Caesars?
Caesars right now lists 1,860.
Yeah, so there's 3,000 ish jobs.
And again, that's going to be a mix of full time, part time, and seasonal.
And then I also know, and so we're going to be doing a live broadcast for LVGEA on the 15th. And if you guys, by the way, are available, you should go to their Facebook page and watch this. It's called Perspective. It's some of the most fascinating data about what's really going on here in Vegas. We streamed another kind of this thing in January, and the thing that we are short on is construction again. 10,000 people. We are 10,000 jobs short in construction here in Clark County.
Look at the major projects going on right now. My personal favorite, Raider Stadium.
Yeah.
The 51s are building a new ballpark in Summerlin. Resorts World. And then, depending on what Wynn decides they want to do, either a lagoon or a hotel across the street from the Frontier site.
I think it's good.
That's just major projects. We're not talking about your typical road construction, infrastructure, renovations.
Yep.
These are new ground up projects.
I'm driving by a school every day to work. And they're building a monstrous building for this elementary school
Yeah,
or whatever.
and
It's
that's
happening.
that's just commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look. Builders are having the best year ever. I think in the first quarter they closed something like 1,600 or 1,800 new homes.
Oh, I have that information, I think.
So I mean, when they were building our house, they quoted us 4 months. They warned us that it could take longer because of labor shortages.
Right.
And it was probably they were almost a week away from 6 months.
Really? Because they're so backed up?
Yeah.
Let me see. I saw somewhere that showed housing closes. Where was that? So arguably, it feels to me that you probably have a good chance of living here and getting a job here if and you want it. Real estate. Here we are. New home closings, new home closings in Clark County. This is monthly, 594 per month.
Mm-hmm. So now times that by 3 for a quarter, so almost.
And that's just Clark County. So in Henderson, 220.
Yep.
In Las Vegas, 179, and elsewhere, 422. So that's moving right along. New housing permits. Actually, this is the number for construction. New housing permits. This is monthly again. 926. Jesus Christ.
Right.
That's quite a few.
2,700.
That's
in a quarter.
A quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the
right.
shit, man. Wow.
So you need all those people to put in the windows, do the roof, paint the walls, do the carpentry, the stucco,
And I wonder what the deal is on that from a training perspective. If they teach people who don't know how to do that, I wonder what that is. I mean, it's a union gig. I'm going to assume. So
yeah, I don't know. It probably depends.
But I wonder if they're taking apprentices.
Definitely, but in residential, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's interesting to me because you got to learn at some point. How do you learn how to build a house?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Because there's a shitload of that going on again. But it doesn't feel the same as it did in 2005 when I first moved here, when it was fucking crazy, man. There were houses being built everywhere, and the value of houses were going up 10% a month, and it was just unsustainable and just nuts. It doesn't feel like that, and the value of housing isn't going up in a stupid way. It's 3% or 6% or whatever.
Yeah, it's appreciable.
It's going. Mm-hmm. It's happening. So I'm happy about being here. Things are going well, but it's not the stupid money that it was before, where our house increased $100,000 in 6 months. When we first moved to Aliante, I'm like, this is not going to. There's no way we can sustain this. And guess what? We couldn't sustain it. So overall, what I would say is this: go to this website again. It's lvgea.org and take a look at their. Let me get back up there again. What they call market information. It's really interesting to see what all the different towns here or cities here are doing. From both just a business perspective, a tourist perspective, a housing perspective. It's fascinating. And again, I'd invite you to check out the live stream on the 15th if you have time. It's morning, early in the morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning, and watch some of these guys, because some of the smartest guys you're going to see are talking about what's really happening in Vegas. Who's that guy that you like?
Jeremy Aguilo,
yeah,
the principal of applied analysis.
Yeah, so I think he's probably providing a lot of this insight. It's really
smart guy.
Yeah, really pretty cool stuff. All right, let's. What do we want to do next?
Too.
Is he? Oh, that's right, he is. That's why I don't like him. I knew there was something about him that made me nervous. Oh, actually, let me talk about Mitch, and then we'll head off into our next segmento runo here. Stand by.
If you're looking at new construction or you're interested,
right?
Mitch Fulfer. Everybody.
Let me bring that guy up there because he's fantastic. He's one of my favorite guys. Where are you, Mitch? Where are you, buddy? Did I just delete his website? Oh, man. Well, here, I'll just do this one again. I'm not afraid of you. There you are.
There's no need to be afraid of Mitch. Mitch is...
this episode of Living in Las Vegas is... Oops. That's fun. Let's do it again.
This episode of Living in Las Vegas is brought to you by Mitch Fulfer.
There he is. There's
Mitch.
Mitch.
Berkshire Hathaway.
There he is. Now, let me just talk a little bit about Mitch. Like I said, he was a guy who helped us sell our house in Aliante, sold it in 2 hours, then brought it back, sold it in 45 minutes over asking. Here's the thing that's interesting about Mitch. So you might think, given that, we're super fancy, that Mitch might only work with high-end folks.
Mm-hmm. You might, because, I saw the swanky digs up in South Reno. I have to.
These digs aren't too shabby.
No, not at all. Not here at the Estates.
Arches.
So I
actually
with the engraved rock outside. So
I actually thought that he was an upper guy. And so when I was talking to him about this,
me aside, those are the people you tend to associate with.
Well, of course I do. I mean, yeah. Well, now because you're guard gated and you're very fancy. But he actually said that he works at all price points because he's a super relationship guy. He's a super friendly guy, handshakey kind of guy. And so he's not just selling in a certain or buying in a certain price point or a certain area. So he's not like, oh, I only work in Oleonte or what's the name of your location?
Well, I'd prefer not to say.
I'm not going to be in the guard-gated area in Hundertaki. Even at Hundertaki, I will not be there. So he'll help you buy a house no matter where you want to go. He'll help you sell a house wherever you want to go. Again, his website is Mitch, M-I-T-C-H, Fulfer, Fulfer.com. Whether you're buying or selling, this is the guy you want to hang out with. Yeah, tell him Scott sent you. I forgot that part. All right, it's time for Have a Drink on Me. It's part of the show where I show you the picture of a bar or a speakeasy or a lounge, but never a club. Nope, it's a club, but never a lounge because I don't even know what they're called anymore because we're just too old or whatever to go there. And then you can win stuff.
There's house music playing. Yeah,
I'm not going there. I'm out. Out. No. A bunch of ways to win. You send in a guess via email at haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Again, haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. And we take your name. If you have a correct answer, put it in a hat. And there's a couple ways that you could win. You can send us a correct answer, which would be great. Or you can submit an entry and be in the live chat when you have a correct entry. And then you get a double entry. And if you send in a video or a photo guess, another entry. If you're the very first correct entry, another entry. Or you could do an intro video to the whole show, and you can also win as well. Now, what can you win?
Well, that's fantastic. Let's reverse it. All model.
All right.
And you narrate.
I like
Ready?
this. Stand by. Let me get you your music. What music we're going to use? I think we're going to use this one.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Stand by.
And my camera, please.
Yes.
All right.
You know, some things are better than others, including a group of music. What kind of music, Scott? Well, it's kind of an acoustic jazz Latin guitar thing. If you like that, I would suggest Gajazzathon. Put that fucker back up, man. Gajazzathon. It is the grooviest song. The favorite song is number 8, Gin and Tonic, or number 9. I think it's one of those two. Hey, wait a minute. The holidays are upon us. Basically, for us, every day is a holiday. Christmas Acoustic and Christmas Acoustic 2. We've sold well over 30,000 copies of these CDs. It is magic. We have people who have been calling us for 10 years saying, this is the music that I decorate my tree by. Wait a minute, you want more. You want to change your sartorial look. Of course you do. Then you want to look at the Vegas Video Network visor. It comes in black like my heart or red like human heart. Put that thing on your head. It'll stop the sun and bring on the women. That's right, it looks so damn good. But wait a minute. You're a thirsty sailor. Of course you are. Stay thirsty, my friend. Well, then you get a drink. Not on the crazy... Holy shit, go, baby, go. That's fantastic. Are you going to hit... My God, that's fantastic, man. That's the best work I've ever seen.
Maybe come up for air.
Wow, that was great. Here's what won't happen. That. I'm not going to chug a Corona Premier in front of you because I actually want my heart to keep ticking the day after, but I will buy you a beer or any other drink that you like, as long as we're not at the Darcy. Okay, well done. All right, enough of that. Well done. Other good things happen if
If I would have taken a bigger breath first, we would have been okay.
That was super.
That was impromptu.
I got to tell you, that was pretty impressive. That was pretty good, I have to say. Not terrible. Now, a super magical thing happens if you do win one of these here hats. It's actually a visor. You put it on, you take a picture, you send it in. By the way, we just sent out 3 visors, so we've got 3 pictures that should be coming any day now. Then you send that picture into us, and then we take a look at it and go, that guy seems like a deity. He seems, or she seems like she is a part of the galaxy of gods. There's Gregor, and then there's Bill, Mr. Mr. Testy and Steve and Michael and Robert and Rosie and Michael. There's Scott and wait, there's more. Yes, there's more. And Binky and Bud and Alan and Aaron. There's Bob and his wife. There's Danny and Shen, not Jen and Craig and Glenn and Jimmy 2Gs. But wait, there's more. There's Rob and Ken and Stuart and Christina, whose all babies are because of my music, and Don and Jackie and Mike. And then, of course, we have to have some more of our friends and our galaxy of gods. There's Pops and Sammy and Carol and a dog and Chris and Brett's dead, your buddy Scott and Wayne. And, of course, there's Brett. All right. This is a different one this episode, or fuck this year, who knows?
Right, yeah.
This is all completely different. We're not going to do it like we normally do. Pardon me?
You made it to a club?
I don't know what that means, but yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
I thought maybe you, after the Ricky Martin, you went to the Ricky Martin after party.
Oh, no, I couldn't get in there. I'm too old for that kind of nonsense. So last week's Haddam was actually a test, and that was, how many Haddam entries have we received over the course of time? How many Haddam entries have we received? Well, we've done, and we have had 159 Haddam winners. 159 Haddam winners.
Okay.
My God, that's a lot of hats and drinks and CDs. No wonder I have paid bills stuff. And how many correct entries, or how many entries have we received? Do you have a guess?
Gosh, how many episodes are we on now?
Well, we're on. It's 159 winners so far. So 159 winners. How many guesses do you have?
159 contests.
Yep.
You get about 20 per.
Ish.
So, oh my gosh. 2 carry the 1 is 3. 3,147.
Very good. Nope. The answer is 2,447.
I got the 7 right.
47. We had 13 or so entries. Low. I thought people would be like, it's firing away. Pretty surprised by that. Okay, so this, we're not going to double or any of that because it doesn't make any sense. Because if your name is in there, but you said the number is the number, so I'm not going to. It's the closest to that number without going over is the winner. So you're going to track who the winner is.
Oh, you didn't have anyone that nailed it on the head?
No.
Really?
Oh, no. Nobody hit 2,447.
Well, you said you mentioned it one time, I thought.
Oh, I don't think I did. Okay, so our first one is Frank from Minnesota. He guessed 48,112. Frank, you're over.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. Next up, Mr. Testy, 1,988.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Floyd Mora. His guess was a meager 859.
Floyd,
on,
you don't
Floyd.
What Testy.
Jesus, man. Next up, Barney with 1,689. So Mr. Testy's still in the lead. Richard, known as Faze Jitter, 1,556.
Oh, it's a one-horse race.
So far, Mr. Testy's looking
He's
pretty
the secretary
positive, right?
of Haddam entries.
Next up, we have Andy from New Hampshire, 1,763.
Another one bites the dust.
Mr. Testy still looks very, very strong. Next up, Mike the Coov, who's from Vancouver. He's a little tired of you making fun of him. Vancouver, like Vancouver, Washington, the birthplace of me.
You were born in Vancouver, Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, it's a hip way to say Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
The Coov. 1,111.
And another one gone.
Cool place, but nah. Justin Harrell from, I think he's from Alaska, who says go VGK, Vegas Golden Knights. 1,600. Oh, still down below. Next up, we've got Mike Beatty.
To lose.
It is. Mike Beatty, 1,610. So just above Justin. Next up, Monica Fagan, 2,386. Uh-oh. We have a new leader. 2,386. Remember, the number is 2,447. Next up, we've got Paul Condor.
That's less than 100.
It's pretty impressive.
That's a 0.5% error rate.
So far, the top three have been Haddam winners. That's neat.
She's within 0.5%.
That's pretty impressive. Paul Condor 954, 1,999.
Oh, he would have beaten Mr.
Second
Testy.
place. And finally, Mad Chipmunk 1,856. Our winner, Pinky.
Yep.
Monica Fagan. Congratulations, Monica. Very, very well done.
Yeah, Mr. Testy bringing home the bronze. He just couldn't finish the race. And
very
then second
impressive.
place
Very impressive.
Was 1999, who I don't remember who that was.
Okay, next up. Here is this week's Have a Drink on Me. There it is. Okay, here are your hints. Hint number 1. It is named after a beverage that can be served hot or cold. It's named after a beverage that could be served hot or cold. Hit number 2. They have live entertainment every hour on the hour. Live entertainment every hour on the hour. And the second word of the name of this restaurant, which is also a bar, the second of 2 words, by the way, is the New York Stock Exchange name for Rockwell Automation. The second word in the name of this bar / restaurant is the New York Stock Exchange name or abbreviation for Rockwell Automation.
Remember, Rockwell Automation, the first one's free, the second one will cost you.
That's right. If you know the name, you're going to send it to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Again, have a drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Wayne! Ooh, yeah! By the way, again, a big hand for Wayne for chugging an entire beer just to make a point.
Thank you. You know, it's not fair, Scott. I did go to public college. So I minored in drinking.
Super, super impressive. Okay, this part of the show where we read emails from you. If it's a male, I'll read it. If it's female, Wayne will read it. And you send that email to OnAirQ, actually, at livinginlv.com. Again, OnAirQ at livinginlv.com. First one's going to be from John. I'm going to have you read it. Actually, I'll read it. This was received on January 10th, 2018. So we're just a little tardy. John Herman from New York City. He writes, "Hey, Pimp and Wayne and Scott. A friend of mine, not me, may be in Vegas during the AVN Awards. That's the Adult Video Network Thing Awards. This person of questionable character thought it would be fun to visit the exhibits on Saturday. The cost is $80. That's more than this person who should be ashamed wants to spend. Is there a cheaper way to get tickets for this loser?" John, New York City. Now, the reason why I read this, I know it's quite a ways away from this, is because I've had the opportunity to go as press to the AVN Awards the last 3 years.
Okay.
And every year I found myself too busy to go.
Okay.
Now, I like these sexy chicks as well as anybody. Mm-hmm. I find them
despite
fun.
the fact that you were at a Ricky Martin concert, but yeah.
Right, but hey, don't judge. Mm-hmm. And here's why I've never went.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is that whole
Your wife
vibe.
would kill you?
Nope. Well, nope. I had to think about that because she would kick it. She'll beat a bitch. No, it's actually pretty depressing. I've seen lots of pictures of this place and lots of videos of these places, and these folks don't look happy, which is depressing because you would like for them to be happy. They're supposed to be happy. That's the rules. But they just don't look like they're having a good time. And it all seems, quite frankly, a little sleazy. And I really wanted to go, especially a couple years ago, because I thought it'd make a great episode. How fun would it be living in Las Vegas? We're at the porn place. Oh my God, look at all these goofy people. And so I looked at some videos of people and some pictures of people taking pictures, in and around this lot, and they all looked fucking miserable. I thought, you know what? I don't need this. So that's why I don't go. And you can save your $80. Don't bother.
Well,
by the way, Pornhub is free.
Should we? Can I at least answer the man's question?
You can.
Okay. Go on Craigslist the week of the convention or the day, whenever you want to go,
right,
and just find someone selling their lanyard. As long as you have a lanyard and it's current, they're not going to check your ID to the lanyard.
No, they're not.
You just walk in.
That's right.
Like Wayne's World. Remember that in Wayne's World when they go backstage?
Yeah.
Like here, I'm good.
Yeah.
And the $8.25 security guard is just gonna.
And no one's gonna touch your lanyard. They're like, no, go ahead, come on in.
So Craigslist, save yourself some money.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Joseph writes.
Joseph says, we have. Okay.
We have visuals.
This is a short and to the point. The subject line, to add context, is, do you see anything wrong with this? The body of the email says, quite simply, women want equality, yet this is allowed in Vegas.
And so what they're showing, he took a picture of DJ Snake's concert, if you would call it that, I guess, at the Encore Beach Club. General admission for gentlemen, $55. Ladies, $35. If you want expedited entry, it's I think I got rid of those because
expedited. I think is the word.
Whatever the word is. So in other words, women are cheaper. It's the same thing with the gyms here. Women join free. If you want free champagne, go to pretty much any bar, and as a woman, you get that. Do you have an opinion on that?
It's marketing 101.
Yeah. It's also sexist. Absolutely is sexist. He's not wrong.
What's the difference between, let me ask you a question. What is the difference between offering a woman a discount instead of a man and offering a local discount instead of a tourist?
Because I support these places in the hard times as well as the good times. That's why. Okay. There's no difference in women and men. As a matter of fact, I would argue that the women aren't being as supportive. That's why. And by the way, a lot of tourists don't like that locals get a discount. But I think that's cool. We're here. We're supporting. We're among them. It's a free thing. But wait.
He wouldn't be mad if it was the other way around. He wouldn't be mad about it.
Well, of course he wouldn't. But that would be wrong.
Because that person is paying less than me. That's
but is that fair. Any different than salary inequalities? Whatever the fucking word I'm looking for. No, it's not. It's not fair. I don't think it's great. I don't like it. You like it? You're okay with it?
I am, because it's a marketing promotion.
Well, I know what it is, but it doesn't seem fair to me.
It's no different than giving out a coupon to a select group of people.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
A coupon? Wait a minute. Hold on. It is different.
It's selective marketing. It's all selective marketing.
So you could argue this. You know how there are people who are standing out in front of the clubs with 2-for-1 passes, and they're looking at people, and some get them and some don't. You can argue that. But it's not, I'm just mailing out coupons. That's not true, because it's going to every household on the block. They don't fucking know.
Maybe, but you choose what zip code it's going to.
Well, without question.
So you're going to go to more affluent zip codes.
Yeah, without question. But it's not clearly a sexist-based thing. That's sexist. There's no question it's sexist. There's no question. It is. It's
sexist implies discrimination.
It is. It's discriminating against men.
Not. It's targeted marketing.
No, you're getting a discount because you're female and you have ovaries. That's what that is. That's what it is. There is no question about that. The question is
targeted based on gender.
Which
I
is
wouldn't
sexist.
Call it sexist. No.
Yeah, look up sexist.
Sexist is an adjective relating to or characterized by prejudice, stereotyping, or discrimination. Typically against women on the basis of sex.
But not in this case. So it's all those things are because they're women.
Prejudice or discrimination.
There's prejudice against men for pricing. There's no question that's true. There's no question about it. By the way, if a club said we're going to give a discount to men, people's head would explode. It's true. Now, do I give a shit about? By the way, I don't give two shits about it. I don't care. The reason they're doing that is because we want lots of women in there, because women are pretty and men are ugly. Fuck, I get it.
Well, except for me.
Women are pretty, men are ugly, including us. But I still think it's a little rough. Okay, you ready? I'll let you read this one too. Mark says,
cheers, fellas.
Hey.
Listening to your show about tourists being fed up with Vegas got me to thinking.
Yeah.
I only visit Vegas once a year and take advantage of comped rooms while you
I get a shitload of these emails
as primary mode of transportation. Therefore, resort fees and charging for parking do not affect my trip. What concerns me is the corporate suits sitting in a room wringing their hands, trying to figure out what else they can start charging for. Right. How long before we get a comfort fee for towels? How about a card key fee? Where you get charged an extra $5 for 2 room key cards? What about charging guests an extra $10 for HD or premium channels? That's what concerns me about the direction of Vegas fees and the what else attitude of the gaming corporations. From Mark.
What do you think?
Mark, even on comped rooms, they charge a resort fee depending on what card level you're at.
Right. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So depending on what card level is he wrong? No. Is he? And some of these things sound funny.
Welcome to capitalism.
Yeah. Right. Well, and that's this. This is the argument that I've always said, that we're losing our cool. We're losing our belief in ourselves, which is why we're charging these resort fees and why we're charging for parking. And we're just not cool anymore, meaning we're not the cool we used to be.
The market will bear it.
Yeah, I know why.
Boy, you're just, for being a businessman, you're not very good at this business thing.
Really? 18 years. How long
Concepts.
Have you been? How long have you been in
results.
Business? How long have you been in business?
You're funny. Back a little bit.
You better walk that fucker back.
I don't mean in success and results. I mean in marketing concepts.
I'm pretty good at the concept. And here's what I don't do. What I haven't done is say to my people who are Vegas Video Network or Vegas Video Co-op or consulting customers, no, I'm going to charge for parking. No. I'm going to charge for the email. Got to have it. You got to get it from me. I'm going to charge you for it. I'm not going to do it. It's a part of doing business. It's my barrier to entry.
The market won't bear it.
Right.
If you charge for parking and emails, most of your clients would probably tell you what, F off. Right?
Yeah, right. So they're
not saying F off
because I'm not a fucking because I don't have a bully pulpit. They have a fucking bully pulpit, but that's the problem. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, and that's what these fuckers are doing. That's the fucking problem. These guys are doing this because they can,
right?
But I can't. So but that doesn't make it right, Wayne. It makes it fucking wrong. That's the fucking problem I have with this, is they didn't need to. That's my big problem.
Your moralistic views are so quaint.
Hey, whatever. I sleep really well at night. I bet you some of these fucks don't. It's unnecessary and greedy. Or, as I said before, these people have failed to create a product that would sell to the level they want. So they forced people to spend money on things that they can't get away from. That's the equivalent of extortion. It pisses me off so much I can't even stand it. But I can't do it. I don't have a bully pulpit. I can't force people to pay for my emails, but they can force people for parking. Doesn't mean it's right.
No.
Actually, it's the opposite of right, which is wrong. Yeah. Ugh. Fuck.
If people are paying you.
Yeah, I know. That's great. That's fantastic. Fucking okay. David Moore wants to say, what are we doing on time? About ready to have a fucking aneurysm. He writes, Dave Moore writes, successful visit. I'm writing you because my Vegas vacation on March 21st through 26th. I watched a few of your podcasts on the YouTube prior to departure. The tips and information you gave were so helpful. They made me and my wife's trip much better. I wanted to let you know that you guys were helpful to us. There were 3 main things: Total Wine, upgrade sandwich thing, and the the rewards and credit card offers. We rented a car, and the parking saved through the M Life was unbelievable. Total Wine is the best bet liquor store we've ever visited.
True that.
We were upgraded to the MGM due to the sandwich tip. Yep. A couple checking in without the tip next to us were refused while we were upgraded.
Isn't it funny how that works?
I just wanted to let you know that without meeting us, you made our vacation so much better. We even won a few $100 gambling. You didn't have anything to do with that. Or didn't we? You'd be surprised the reach that I have. You get the idea, though. Very nice time. Thanks for the information, David and Amy Moore. Well, you're welcome, Davey. By the way, just a reminder, it's called the Vegas, I call it the $20 sandwich technique. I don't call it a trick. I think the reason why it sometimes fails, people think they're tricking the person at the desk. You're not tricking anybody. They've seen this 100 times, probably 10 times that day. So if you come in there trying to be clever, it ain't going to work.
And just for the record, who taught you that?
YouTube, yeah. Okay. I don't remember.
Oh, now you don't remember.
Was it you?
Yes, the hell it was me. Yes, it was me.
Okay. Fantastic. Here's the thing, though.
We've got, I think, it on video somewhere back in episode 126.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Didn't have it that way. It's technique, though, not trick. And the reason why it's worked for me so well is because I'm going to give him that $20 or her that $20. I don't give a shit either way. If I lose it and don't get an upgrade, I don't care. I'm doing it because I appreciate the effort. And if you come in with that kind of attitude, I think it really does reflect. I told you before, I had that one time at MGM Grand where I gave the guys 20. He spent 20 minutes trying to find me a room that did not exist. He was sweating bullets. And he's like, sir, I can't do it. Here's, take the money back. And I said to him, look, you worked so hard for this. Just keep the $20 because you worked so hard. And then he gave me, well, how about, would you like a credit? Like, what do you mean? How about $150 of food and beverage credit? Yes, I will take that. And it was because my attitude was good. So don't think of it as a trick. I see people writing that all the time. Oh, it's a trick. It's very clever. It's not a fucking trick. You're just showing your appreciation for the fact that these guys are working with 500 people a day. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine having that job? Ugh. All right. That's it. This email will wait for next time. What do you think? Anything else you want to say besides you're sorry for arguing with me about the women thing?
I'm sorry I'm right.
No, you're not right. Jesus, you're so wrong. Wow, that's pretty loud. Get a little quieter. That's better. Okay. Hey, thanks everybody for playing along. I've got a great review of the Ricky Martin show that I promise we'll do next episode. I promise. Hey, if you want to reach out to us, you can do so by sending an email to onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq@livinginlv.com. You can send us a voicemail by going to our website and clicking on a bunch of stuff. We're on all the social media stuff. We're on iTunes. Hey, give us a 5-star review, either the audio or the video. YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Share us with your friends. We're on Roku with over 73,000 accounts installed. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple, Google Fire TV, Google Play, and of course, the Vegas Video Network. I'm your buddy Scott. There's Wayne, the elitist, the lover of men and women. Yeah, you're okay, fine. Whatever you want. You happy? We'll see you guys next time on Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. Take care, everybody.